Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby. Today we're taking a look at Konig self-tensioning snow tire chains, XB16 size 245 here on our 2021 Ford Bronco Sport. So right out of the gate, what you guys want to do is actually go ahead and choose your tire size. Make sure you guys are looking at the right tire size. Now, a lot of these guys are going to be pretty much right in that same line, but today we are working on 225/65 R17 tires. We are going to go ahead and throw these here on our rear tire, as you guys can see, because a lot of these guys do have that all-wheel drive package. Of course, that's going to be up to you guys to make sure you get the optimal traction control you are looking for. But this is going to be a very nice way, guys, of going ahead, making sure that no matter what life throws at us, we're going to have an A-OK time getting out of it. So you guys are going to have a square link chain on here. So going to be kind of more of your starter chain, of course, but going to be your more tried and true chain, of course, because I'm sure all of us have seen these in our daily life. The square link here doing a great job of biting through that snow and that ice for ourselves. That way we can go ahead and start gaining a little bit of that traction control back in our lives. You are going to have a manganese steel nickel alloy kind of makeup here, the alloy, of course, indicating that. And basically what that means, these guys are going to be resistant to that corrosion, even all of that salt that people are going to be spreading, those chemicals. Of course, if you want to start seeing these guys really last you for the seasons to come, highly recommend getting a little maintenance on them. What that means, just getting all those chemicals off, maybe putting a little grease or oil on them just to make sure that they're not rusting away in the garage until we need them next. But yeah, guys, they're going to be really, really easy to throw on. That's something I love about them. And of course, you have Konig self-tensioning technology coming in play here, which is excellent. So even as you get them on here and as you're driving, it will be tightening them to your wheel, ensuring that you always have that constant fit, which is excellent. Well, I really, really like these guys because we're not going to find ourselves in the muck and mire for too long. Let's go ahead and see how we can get them on here. All right, everybody, begin our installation. What we want to do is go ahead and lay out our chains just like so. Things we're looking for, if any of our links are in a bind or getting kinked up on each other, or they're just overlapped, we just want to go ahead, make sure they're not, and then you can kind of go ahead and just bring them in line like this. What I like to do, it's going to make the next part just a little bit easier, as we are going to be throwing this underneath or around our tire, I should say. So the other thing we want to make sure that not happening is having our hard points of contact facing us, because we're going to bring this across our tire, like I said, and we don't want these little guys poking in there, doing any kind of damage or anything to our tire. And now that we are looking pretty good here, we want to go ahead and we can just pick our set of tires that we want to go on, because all of the Sport Broncos are, or the Bronco Sports are going to be all-wheel drive. So we can go ahead and pick which one is going to suit us best. We just want to go ahead and put it on the back here just to give ourselves a little bit of that back traction. We just bring ourselves to the front here of our tire. One thing that's excellent, we don't have to get underneath it. We can just go ahead, group it just like so. Try to get that chain all the way around. And then we can start kind of fitting it and bring it across just like that. Let's bring our other end back up to the top as well as we grab our other plastic end here, and we just simply want to connect the two just like so. And as we do that, we just kind of bring our chains to the front, trying to get a good seat here on our tire. Simply get that all around. Get that nice and lined up. That's looking pretty good to me. Now we do need to make our top connection here. So for today, it does look like we might be a little loose, but I'm just gonna try this first connection here first, just to go ahead and see. Now you may need to go back and shorten this up, but let's go ahead and try it in this position for ourselves. So we can go ahead and take our last connection here. We have our little kind of pulley system. All we need to do, get that set in there just like that. Let that clip go back in place. Give yourself a little bit of room to stand up. Kind of crank it a little bit, and that way it's really nice and tight in there. So if I can get one more, that's going to do it for us. And then I just kind of want to check here. In this position here, that's kind of the tightest we're really going to be getting. I think that's okay. Again, we may go ahead and try to mess with this, but for now, all I'm going to do, make sure that's nice and tight. I'm going to bring this into both of these clips here. Again, trying to keep that constant pressure on it. And then I want to go as far away as I can from myself to the other side. Let's make sure that hook is pointed away from our tire, and I just want to sit it right there. Now that's looking pretty good to me. And yeah, I can't get a finger underneath anywhere of these chains, which is excellent. So I think we do have a good fit. Now the one thing that's awesome about these guys as well, it is self-tensioning. So now that we have it on here, as we drive, it's actually be tensioning itself and keeping it in this position, which is excellent. So there we are, nice and installed. Well, as you guys saw, that installation really takes no time at all, and I love how good of a fit we have on here. I think it's going to do well for us when that winter starts hitting. Overall, what's kind of cool too, you do have this nice little carrying case with it. keep in mind, it does have some eyelets to go ahead and let out any slop, so not gonna be super waterproof for you, but gonna be a great place rather than just laying it in the back of our Bronco. We can go ahead and actually get them in here, maybe have a towel underneath, that way that slop doesn't get around. It does come included with a kneeling pad and some gloves as well. I will say it's just plastic. Highly recommend getting yourself some gloves to go ahead and throw these on. And we always recommend trying to put these on at home too before you find yourself in that muck and mire. You'll have a couple extra chains here too. And again, that kneeling pad, nice to keep that wetness from your knees, but again, really not gonna cut it versus something that can really do the job. But nice that they include it, and really the big thing for me is this case. A lot of times you see it as a canvas bag, breaks down, doesn't really last, so I really like these guys. Overall though, I think this is gonna be an excellent way, guys, of biting through that snow and ice. If you do find yourself really needing a more aggressive option though, highly recommend looking at Konig's twisted links and even up to their V-bar links on there. So that can really be for your heavy duty applications. If you find yourself kind of off-roading with this guy a little bit, that could be an excellent way of really biting through it. Keep in mind, those V-bars will make you non-road legal. So just kind of keep that in mind as you guys are going forward. But yeah, overall, I think this is gonna be an excellent way of just going ahead, making sure we have no trouble with that snow and that ice that might be approaching. Well guys, I think that about does it for our look here today at the Konig XB16 self-tensioning snow tire chains on our 2021 Ford Bronco Sport. I'm Bobby, thank you for watching.